Elise had been numb for the first week before lockdown, taking refuge in cleaning every surface of their house with dilute bleach. Once she'd brought out her long-discarded knitting, thinking of making something she could send to her grandchildren up north. They might as well be in the next street, she'd thought. She wouldn't be able to hug them. She stared at the wall, and instead of her needles, she reached for the TV remote to check the news. Yet again, it had become an obsession, as had biscuits with every single cup of tea, or coffee, or just biscuits by themselves. For her husband John, though, nothing seemed to have changed. He went to work in an essential capacity, came home, pottered about in his shed with some bit of engine, and watched Man TV. Her life had shrunk beyond recognition, and her patience had shrunk along with it. "Can't you put the dishes into the dishwasher instead of on the counter?" she raged, slamming crockery into the racks. And then he was sent home too. Suddenly he wasn't so essential. She felt sorry for him, but now he was in her space and interrupting the eventual smooth routine she'd carved out for herself. It was strange how quickly the abnormal had become normal. He was restless, her big man, prowling, flicking channels until eventually he said, "Do you want any shopping?" Elise gaped at him. When in all their years together had he ever gone food shopping on his own? Well, she wasn't allowed out, and if it gave him some purpose... She thought quickly. "I need flour," she began, "and I'm right out of salad." His face twisted in disgust. "Salad? That's not real food." She rolled her eyes. He'd never changed his mind about vegetables. "A lettuce, whatever they've got," she recited her list as he fetched a pen and the back of an envelope. "And spring onions. We've got onions. Those are brown onions. Spring onions are different." His face creased. "Shallots?" His voice was hopeful. She couldn't help laughing. "No, shallots are... Look, spring onions are little. They're long and thin and green at one end and white at the other. How can you be this old and not know what a spring onion is?" He looked so mystified that she felt almost sorry for him. How much she longed to forage around the shops herself. He banged out of the front door, forgetting his list. She went back to their little garden with a book, enjoying the sunshine and the peace. No cars, no aeroplanes. Apart from the nightly terror of the news, it was rather nice. She was beginning to get used to it. The front door banged, and she heaved a sigh, trudging inside to see him. "Hi, Jack, how did you get on?" There was nobody there, but she could hear water running upstairs. "Up here," he called in reply. Curious, she climbed the stairs, peeking round the door of the bathroom, and just in time to see her half-naked husband pulling his polo shirt over his head. The laden shopping bag sat in the bath and the shower was running. She stared, wordless, at his still strong, naked body as he stepped into the bath, gripping the shower head in one hand and the washing up liquid in the other. He grinned at her. "Got to wash all the packaging, see? Get rid of all the germs. Did you know they live on surfaces for... well, a long time anyway." His expression grew serious. "I'm sorry if I've been a pest, sweetheart. I didn't want to admit that I'm scared. You seem so calm and in control, and I've just been a mess. I'm sorry. I do love you." From one bag he pulled a fat bunch of spring onions, presenting them with a triumphant "Ta-da!" Laughter gurgled up from inside her. He was still her John, and after all this time they were still learning about each other. Holding his gaze, she unbuttoned her jeans. "Is there room in that tub for both of us?"